Alright, boys. Welcome to the Alorum How to Season 6 guide. Um, this will feature what everybody wants to know is Wukong, and then I'll kind of go through the rest of what I have for the people who are curious on like what specifically they want to do, like with your other champs, item builds and masteries. I'll do Wukong first since I know that's what most people want to know from me. And we'll just go from there. So, first of all, runes for Wukong on me have not changed. I still run just the basic Bruiser flat at 80 page. Also, remember that all of these runes and these masteries and item builds are like my opinion. That doesn't mean it's the best, but it's what I think is the best. Okay. Rune or masteries. I go 5 in sorcery, and then down the left, and my last is Deathfire Touch. You guys can look for yourselves. I don't really have to explain it. People have up for debate natural talent or vampirism. It's worth to note that natural talent is probably the worst talent in the entire talent tree for everything. Natural talent is horrible, horrible, horrible. Like, I don't think you take it on anyone, except for AP champions. Like, any bruiser never take natural talent. Even Jax, you take vampirism. I'm split on taking Fervor of Battle or Deathfire Touch for Wukong. I'm leaning toward Deathfire Touch because when you ult, you're not auto-attacking, and at least this does something. So I think this is correct. I could be wrong. If I ever update it, of course, you guys will be the first to know. Take this instead of Runic Affinity because you're starting out with the Corruption Flask is what I suggest getting as your first item. And that at least helps the sustain a little bit more. Okay. And so that's Wukong Masteries. And Wukong item builds, I am pretty certain we're supposed, like, Corrupting Potion is the best item to get at level 1. I think Riot kind of dicked Wukong because they did not give him a mana buff when he really needed it when Flask was removed. I'm not very happy with this starting item, but it's honestly the only good one. Like, if you go Doran's Blade or Longsword, you're going to be so dicked on mana. You're going to have to go Corrupting Potion, and then, like, Doran's Blades after. 2 Doran's Blades or 1. I think this is the only way to start, is Corrupting Potion. I think you can start Doran's Blade and Longsword, but you're going to be so starved of mana if you try and go aggro, since Wukong needs to do his whole combo to trade effectively. I think Wukong's itemization this patch is very good. I like it a lot. His level 1, however, kind of sucks, and I don't like it. And that's just unfortunate. And we're going to have to deal with that until Riot does something about it, or we're just going to have to deal with the bad early game. Either way, we've had worse in the past as Wukong players. Okay, item build. It's relatively similar. Hydra first. Always Hydra first. Like, the Tiamat not giving the cleave kind of sucks, but you get it earlier now. That's kind of cool. That's kind of good. Hydra first every single time. Yumu second. Yumu second is very good and better than Last Whisper because Last Whisper now only gives armor penetration on the bonus armor instead of the whole armor. So unless the enemy team is building a shit ton of armor early game, like, don't go Last Whisper, or Mortal Reminder is the one to go. Actually, the Grievous Wounds, always go Mortal Reminder, never go the Tank Killer. Unless they're building a lot of armor, then the new Last Whisper doesn't do that much. So Yumu's second is actually really good because of the buff on attack damage, and like that is fantastic for Wukong. So these two first. Your next item is just up in the air. Like, you can go Cleaver, you can go Mortal Reminder, you can even go Maw if they have, like, more magic damage. I'm not sure about Death Dance. I don't think I'll be building Death Dance, but I include it here just in case. Um, Pretty much the only two defensive items you'll ever need are Deadmans and Banshees. You should be going damage for the rest of the items, but that's of course my opinion. So that's the items. You can ask me more questions about it in the comment, and if I think it's a good question, I'll answer it. But that's generally the items. Boots, pretty much the same deal as before. And of course, I do like going Sweeping Lens on Wukong. I think Oracle Iteration is not as good on Wukong, because when you build like I do on Wukong, you're face checking bushes, and Sweeping Lens is better for face check. And of course, Elixir of Wrath. So overall for Wukong, the biggest problem is his early game, because you are limited to 3 potions per back. Not having those extra health potions and mana potions, like, you have to really take your trades carefully now. Especially versus laners with natural sustain, like, I mean, Hecarim and Renekton's getting popular, and, like, I think Wukong might be harder to play early game now. But the good news is your mid game spike is really good now. And it was already good, and now you get that spike quicker because Hydra and Yumu's is a 2-item spike as opposed to before where you had a 3-item spike. So I think I'm okay with this patch. Of course, I'm going to have to work on it. I'm not exactly sure how I think about this. Because I have not played a single Wukong game this patch. These are all like assumptions by me. But I'm pretty sure I'm correct on them. Like, I think I have it down. I know 100% my items are correct. Like, Hydra into Ghostblade is pretty much what you should always do. As of starting items, it's up in the air between these 3 starts. I'm 90% sure it'll have to be Corrupting. Okay, past Wukong. So, for those of you who want to know, I'm just gonna do a little general showing of masteries for like champions, or just generalized like Bruiser's AP. I think this should be a good standard AP page. For some champions, it might be better to go more in Cunning and take the CDR or Precision and go into these, because sometimes Magic Pin isn't so important on AP characters, such as supportive mid laners. But if you're like playing Brand or something, I use this page for Lysandra, then this is what you should be going for the AP champions. Let me see who else would be important to know for you guys. For people who like playing tanks, just like hyper tanks, Malphite, Shin, Scion, Maokai, shit like that. This is what you should be running. This is pretty general too, like taking the TP, or the summoner spell reduction is very good on these hyper tanks. 4% damage reduction is very good. I've seen some people go Strength of the Ages, but I think this is much better, Bond of Stone. And if you are playing a tank, but that is also like a damaging tank, like Darius and Renekton, getting Grasp of the Undying is good because you're trying to go extended fights, especially with Darius. Like, my Darius page, I'm pretty sure, has Grasp of the Undying. I'm about to find out if I can find it. Yeah. So this is my Darius page. In case you guys want to know this. You know, I actually don't think, like, there's too much here to show. This is my Alistar page. If you guys ever have, like, a question, just leave it in the comments of YouTube, and I'll answer it. For the rest, really, like, if you want to know specifics, like, just go look up my name on LolKing, or on, if they have updated that, or just look up my name on the League client, and you can go to my masteries to look at everyone individually. The notepad over here is what I'm pretty sure are the top picks for top lane right now. Wukong is not a top pick, that's just a niche for me, because somewhat of the above average Wukong players in skill level. You know, I actually expected to talk more in this video, but I'm not really sure what to talk about now since I know the prime like thing everyone wants to know is about Wukong. You know, I think I'm just gonna leave it with that since I did get through what I wanted to. Just remember that this is all up in the air, and I'm not 100% sure on everything, but you can assume that Corrupting Potion is the best start, and these items are the best to go with for your early spike. That's about it. Let me know what you guys think. If you have questions, you can leave me a question, and I might answer it. Alright, I'm out.